What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? In case you were wondering, am doing pretty okay. Pretty okay. Like I always say, it's good to get back in the saddle again. It's good to be gifted games on Steam. Big shout out to the Evil Overlord, also known as Ryzakilla in the chat here on Twitch, for sending this game to me. This is Plague Inc. Evolved. And if you don't know about it, it is started as a little flash game, slowly evolved into something bigger and bigger as time went on, until it became the game where you are... until it became what you see right now. But, at its core, it has always been the game about you being a bioterrorist. You are, as the title of the stream suggests, the Plague Doctor. You are the one who has created a disease that you are trying to eliminate the entire world with. And I feel like I already know how to play the game. It's fairly simple. I will go through the tutorial just in case there's anything in this version of the game that I don't know about. There are many different versions of this as time goes on. Let's go with PAX 12, being the name of our virus. That's a good one, I think. Welcome to Plague Inc. Are you ready to infect the world? In this tutorial, we'll learn the basics of the game and infect the world together. Think of it as an infectious disease school. First, you'll need to choose where your disease will begin. Start in China. No, that's a bad idea. You always start in Greenland, because otherwise you will never fucking get there. That is the running gag in this game, is that country is freaking invincible unless you get them out of the way early. Your plague has been unleashed. Below you can see how many people are infected with your disease. Slowly people start to get more. Red bubbles appear when you infect a new country. Pop the bubble to get some DNA points. Then you use DNA points to mutate your virus. You can do several different things with this. You can make it evolve, you can make it stronger, it can resist medicine, it can be transmitted in new and different ways. There's a certain strategy you want to adopt in this game, though. It's, you'll see how the map is slowly filling up a little bit red here in China. That shows how many people have your disease. How many DNA points you have by clicking here. Do we have an options screen, I wonder? Yes. Okay, so I can full screen the game, get this a little better on my end. Let me know if the display gets completely screwed up by this. It happens in some games. So what do we got here? Plague needs to spread faster. Let's go to the transmission tab. And you'd want to go to the symptoms tab first, because I want to immediately sell any symptoms I've got. The less people actually know they're infected with this thing, the better. Then you can start getting deadly. Cost DNA points to evolve your disease. Let's start by getting the livestock transmission. So now, animals will be susceptible to infection. Increase infectivity, especially in rural regions and mutation. What? That should help your plague infect a few more people. When you're finished exploring the screen, click X or press Q to return to the map. Transmitted by water. Transmitted by air is the really good one, if I remember correctly. And hey, we've got 13 DNA. We may as well. Symptoms. Chance of spreading... by spreading pathogen in surroundings, especially in high-density urban areas. I don't think we have any symptoms right now. No, we do, in fact, have a cough. We do give people so they caught on to that. That was the big strategy way back when, is you immediately sell your first symptom, infect the entire world, and then you start killing people. Like, there's just a switch that happens. And there was nothing they could build into the game that helped them fight that. There was no way to balance that kind of thing. Clones that didn't understand would do that. They would, yeah, look at that. It's starting to get more and more red. Change the game speed. Here are your time controls. Press Alpha 1 to unpause it. You can make it faster if you want. 3 to speed it up even more. And look how fast people are flying. Of course, it's always good to just watch. To watch things unfold. Let's see here. Protect against all climates. Bacterial shell. That would probably be useful. Let's get at least one level in both cold and hot climates because we're surrounded by both here in China and we want to be able to spread as soon as possible. There's no barrier to entry no matter where we go. We can worry about medicine protection once people start to notice that we are there. Zoom in a little closer on people. What's going around here? WASD, nice. Full map and everything. Yeah, okay. I get it, I understand. Is that everything? Is it just the same thing I've had in every game? There's no other mechanics that I need to be aware of? Nothing? If that's the case, I should probably just move on to a main game. Take the training wheels off, you know? Any recent news events? Click here or press R to read more. Make sure you keep an eye on the news so you know what's going on in the world and can react accordingly. This is part of the strategy. Based on what's going on, you'll know where people are traveling, what you need to do to help yourself spread a little better. It won't always specifically tell you, but there are clues that can make things easier. And is that it? Yes, good. More and more people coming in. Some early and yet very powerful mutations. More protection, more... 13 DNA points. Oh, we're almost there. We may as well. Yeah. Little bit of patience will take you a long way in this game. Planning things out as it goes on. I'm a little disappointed this representation, this 3D bar they've got on the side doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't change at all. It's the same basic model. Or maybe it does change as it goes on and I just haven't noticed. It's so small that you don't see it. Infectivity, severity, and lethality. We're not very severe and we're not very lethal yet. People just really do not notice, whereas covert is possible. I mean, they're going to figure out eventually that this thing is here. At which point, don't panic. You need to make sure all your defenses are up and that you can travel as well as possible. You've infected another country. PAX 12 is really starting to spread. Hey man, people love going to conventions. Pop the red bubble to get DNA. Click to select that country. That's what I'm doing. I'm clicking it. I'm definitely clicking it. Game. You hear me pressing the button, right? Y'all, this is, okay. Well, apparently that's the end of the tutorial. You're giving the world con crud. Basically, yeah, PAX Pox. But I do want to exit that tutorial right there. Also, welcome to the chat, Arbok. Thanks for coming tonight. Main game, here we go. New plague discovered, single player. Shadow Plague, right, because this came with the DLC. We'll play around with that later. Right now, I think I've only got... Yeah, I've got the two promotional ones, which are Simian Flu and... Well, Simian Flu was based around the... it was a cross-promotion with the Planet of the Apes movie. I remember when this was happening on Steam. Shadow Plague is basically if you want to turn the world into vampires. But we're going to start at the top here, a bacteria. One of the most common type of plague, unlimited potential. All of these other ones are very specific. They introduce their own challenges into the game so that there's plenty of replayability to work with here. But I know exactly what I'm going to do. I haven't unlocked any of those yet. Continue. Let's go normal. The game's hard enough as is. We don't need to bump it up to brutal or mega brutal. And I thought about this before we started up the stream tonight. I know what we're going to name this thing. I was thinking of naming it something maybe a little political, like infecting the world with communism or liberalism or something equally offensive. I was thinking of eliminating the entire human population with stupidity, but I realized we don't need a disease to help us along with that. No, I know what I'm going to do in this stream. I'm going to kill the world with kindness. Welcome! Select a start location. I'm going to start in Greenland, which we have land borders open, portals open, cold country. So I will immediately have to build up cold resistance. Kindness has infected its first human. It took us this long? Weak but used to cold temperatures, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. I'm not used to this. What is this thing that has passed into my body? Okay. Only 2 people infected, huh? We probably need another way to transmit to other people. But then again, we also want to give it, as quickly as possible, some cold resistance so it has an easier time spreading. I think. Spain announces new dry winds in arid countries. Latest research shows that strong dry winds are sweeping through arid countries due to global warming. Haven't you heard from the Paris Accord? Apparently climate change isn't a thing. Or if it is, the US isn't going to be doing anything about it. Let's not go there. Let's just not go there. It's not worth talking about here. I've never been very good at talking politics anyway. It's just, but y'all know my stance on that already. I poke fun, but that's about all I'm capable of. Only 13 people infected. This thing needs to transmit. Let's go by air, shall we? That ought to be a quick way of getting more people into the fold. Hey, Twitch bar. Welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for coming tonight. Why, yes, I do know which channel I'm on. Thank you. Or did you post that in the wrong chat? It's slow, but you want to get rid of Greenland first. That's the running gag. It's either that or Cuba. Both of those countries pose problems, and if you don't take care of one early, the other will be the bane of your existence as time goes on. Alright, we've got cold resistance. We're transmitting by air. Transmitting by blood, by insects, livestock, rodents and birds. What's a good one to start with? Bacterial shell to protect against all climates would be nice, but then again, drug resistance would also be great. Picking that up early, making mankind realize that they've got a real problem on their hands. Yeah, I think that's a good one. That way we don't have to worry about it later. Now it's starting to pick up. Look at that. Every day that passes by, more and more people are catching it. It's starting to accelerate. We're going to get points really quickly now. This will slow down, though. Make no mistake. They shower you in points really early just so you can get a good start, and you need to make the most of them. That's why I'm making sure to choose each upgrade carefully. Try and think, what would help me in the short term and the long run? Like, what's going to help me spread now, and what's going to do it later? Pylons vital to high-tech society. A new energy report confirmed the need to construct additional pylons in order to ensure a sustainable electricity supply in the future. What is your virus's name? We are killing the world with kindness today. Yes, there it is, right there. Kindness. Because I don't know how to do anything else. What's the next ability we should take? Anything that would help our survivability? Our ability to transmission would probably be the big one, wouldn't it? Transmit via survive suspended in air for a long time. Travel on dust particles. Air for a long time. Increases infectivity, especially in arid environments and plane transmission. Shipped. Okay, surviving in water is the big one. We need 10 points for that, because that's the only way we're getting off this damn country. Yeah, okay. Go as quickly as possible. From air to sea to land and back into the air and the... Next name request, anime. I could do that. There does seem to be an epidemic of anime in the world today. We could do that. I don't have a particular problem with it, but... Oh! Europe is having problems now. Look at that. Every single... Now we're starting to pick up steam here. Look at that. The world. Greenland's halfway. Festival of Love in Norway. Norway celebrates the Festival of Love. Fans praise the replacement for International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards. Half the country has got this disease, and we... Yeah, look at that. We picked up really early. Now we're just spreading into new countries here and there. I should probably build up more resistances, because we're heading up into the colder regions, but the arid ones still elude me. Should probably give it the ability to resist heat next. Heat resistance 1, that's 13 DNA points. So what's going on in everybody's world right now? I had a fun day yesterday. I had to contend with some bees that were trying to make a hive in my windowsill. That was awesome. You should have seen me in my fricking battle armor, layering myself in clothes. Thankfully, the hive was still in its infancy. It was really small, and only one of them could be in there at a time because the opening was so tiny. Gave those bastards a little bit of a raid aftershave. And they haven't heard from him since. It's a little bit of a problem when you're trying to do recordings, and all of a sudden you just hear on the mic... It's like, what the hell is in my window? Rash symptom mutated. Kindness has mutated and developed the rash symptom without using DNA points. Uh-oh. I don't think we can get rid of that, can we? Devolve the selected disease evolution. Yes. I want to get rid of that. Do not know. We can't have people noticing that they've got this. Just stay as covert as possible, as long as possible. Don't tell anyone that you're there. Infect the world. Like, the entirety of Greenland has it. And nobody's raised a stink about this at all. That's the cool thing about this. We're already there. We've made the journey. Nobody's hanging on. Not a whole lot of people have it. I need just one more point, and then we can start spreading even better. Deal with arid regions? Yeah. Start heading south. Pathogen becomes harder to analyze in the lab. Decrease future research speed. Nobody's even researching it right now. That's the thing. I don't have to worry about that quite yet. Now, we go by air, we go by water. Now it's time to start worrying about insects, about animals, that kind of thing. My weekend was really cool. I had the rare pleasure of having Drawman over, and he's planning on showing up a lot more now. There are talks of him actually moving in with the rest of us, which means we will all be under one roof and we'll all be building ideas together. I'll have more than just these guys helping me out with videos. And they're already helping me quite a lot, helping me get the groundwork down for a lot of fantastic things that are coming in the... Not gonna give a release date, but now that I have some leeway and more time to work with, hopefully in the near future. Drawman, yes, good friend of mine, our artist for Team Pizza. For anybody who follows the actual TeamPizzaProductions.com, he's the guy who did the art for Righteous, our webcomic. He's also done if you scroll up a little bit, he also did the banner art for this Twitch channel itself. He's incredibly talented. Very cool dude. Very chill dude. I always love hanging out with that guy. Which is why I'm happy to bring him onto more shows in the near future. I'm just really sad I didn't get to do a show with him the other night. Rio Olympics mystery. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. Uh-oh. Somebody realizes that there's, Sup, Blue? Welcome to the chat, you. How are you doing tonight? Alright, so... urban regions and increase infectivity and mutation. Chance of mutation. Blood-to-blood contact. Let's go with birds, actually. 14 points ought to be a good spot. Europe's starting to come down with kindness. It's like, hey, you know that big thing of that big legislation that we had recently that is causing all kinds of economic problems for you guys? Yeah, just forget it. We're all cool. Don't worry about it. Oh god, as soon as I gave it to birds, everybody got infected. Just immediately, the entire world started having problems. Apparently, that was the best mutation I could have possibly given it. I'll keep that in mind for future runs when we start messing around with the different types of viruses. Slow down research. I want to increase its ability to transmit is the only thing. I want to increase its resistances. I protect against all climates. That would probably be good. Because no matter where it goes now, it's a still... Little kindness can't kill anyone. Sure. Hey, not yet it can't. It will, though. I'm still working on the mutations for that one. I want to infect the entire world, and then you flip the switch. It's a smart virus, you see. Once the numbers go up high enough, then it knows. Then it knows. Rather, I know, and I'm trying to win the game. You'd think this wouldn't be my kind of thing, because I've said before, I've got kind of a problem. Uh-oh. It's mutated, and I'm immediately going to get rid of that mutation. No, let's devolve that. Let's take those points back and use them for something completely different, shall we? A couple people had an unusual cough, but nobody's going to think anything of it. Abilities. Increasing survivability in all climates. 26 for that. Is that because we started out in Greenland? It costs even more than usual to do this kind of thing, to start entering those areas of the world. Yeah, because we haven't even penetrated this part of the planet down here. Yet Russia and Greenland are just toast. Maybe we should have started somewhere a little more neutral, do you think? It says in all climates. Avian brain tissue compromised, causing birds to attack other species. So if we're attacking other species, then we'd probably Let's go with insects, actually. Increases rate of transfer. Alright. Russia's getting destroyed. Hey, don't give me a thumbs up quite yet. This is starting to affect the USA, too. We haven't even penetrated South America yet. Haha, you said penetration. Yeah, USA is moving surprisingly slowly. Maybe this is just in real time. This is the cheapest way to win this game, by the way. It's just immediately sell any mutations you've got that could lead people to discover that you are there. But hey, it's a method that works, so why not use it, right? Hey. Let's shorten that up to Error. How are you doing tonight, Error? Welcome to the chat, man. Glad to have you here. What brings you here tonight? Just searching around for random games, small guys to look at? Maybe discover something you've never seen before? Or maybe someone who watches me a lot actually referred you here. If so, give me their name. I want to give them a high five later. Sorry if that's probing right off the bat. It's just, I'm always curious about how people find me. You never know. A little bit of research knowledge goes a long way. Nice. It's one of those games, isn't it? Like seeing other people's strategies, like how do they conquer the entire planet? What's their methodology? What's their strategy? What are the things they do that maybe I never considered before? I could learn a new... Develop the coughing symptom again. It really loves this symptom, doesn't it? But no, I can think of a better use for those DNA points. Like maybe... If I get 24 of them, I could make insects even more. No, wait. Probably 18. Because we're starting to puncture into the arid regions. We've got enough cold resistance to work with. If we start flying around in the air, I think we'll be good. I think we'll start spreading like wildfire, more so than we already have. Bringing out the sadist in all of us. You're the only one who speaks English? Fair enough. Honestly, I wish I could speak other languages on top of that. I always wanted to learn Japanese, and I knew French at one point. Okay. Transmission, airborne. Let there be kindness for everyone! Australia's got it, South America's got it. Heavy flooding in Balkan states. WHO analysts warn of severe damage to national biotech industry and research facilities. Interesting. So what the game is telling me right now is I should probably be building towards chemically treated, pathogen able to survive in chemically treated water. Increase infectivity, especially in human environments and ship transmission. Yeah, exactly. And I did promise people I'd start doing Monster Hunter streams in the future. Held a straw poll over on the Team Pizza Discord not too long ago, and inviting people to come in and be like, hey, would anybody want to do this kind of thing with me? And you know how Capcom works. It's probably going to be like 4 to 8 months before we get the English version of Double Cross, if it ever comes over here at all, so... I might have to import that one, we'll see. Airborne travel's good. Waterborne travel is good. I'm gonna go through all this trouble. I'm gonna wait all this time and infect all these new places, and it's gonna turn out I missed that one country. That's how it always goes in these games. Flood was a random event that killed a few people? Ah. How I always interpret it was, they tell you those kinds of things. But wait, what is this? Bypasses air-water filters due to adaptive cellular shell. Increase infectivity, especially in humid and arid climates, and plane/ship transmission. Humid and arid are the only places that I haven't really taken over yet, so it's worth it, I think. Oh, now I see there's more of them, because we've actually infected more people. This is my first time actually playing this version of the game. Asia's getting dead? No! As a matter of fact, millions of people are infected, but nobody's dead yet. That's because I haven't built up any killing symptoms at the moment. I want to infect the entire world before I flip the switch and start actually killing people. That's the trick. That's the big one you gotta worry about. If people know the disease is out there, then they'll start trying to kill you. They'll start blocking off airports and ship places. Anemia symptom mutated. Kindness has developed the anemia symptom, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to get rid of that. For now, anyway. We'll see later, maybe. Resistant to... Let's make it resistant to drugs. Pathogen DNA strands reassembled. More work needed to develop a cure. Oh, that's a reset. I know how that works. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 5 billion people infected. 222 are dead, though. Oh man, look at that bar climb up. We're almost there. I'm almost to the point where I can do it. Alright, where have I not hit, though? Australia is starting to pop out. Africa, I've got that covered. Is there anyone who I haven't hit yet? I think we're good. Alright, guys. This is where it starts. So how do we go about this? Rash won't do much damage. Decrease in red blood cells or hemoglobin in the blood can lead to hypoxia in the organs. Painful lumps containing pockets of the pathogen. Slight chance of bursting, which can spread disease. Inability to sleep makes people irritable and less productive. I mean, you're just so kind to everybody out there. You just want to help everybody all the time. You want to make everybody happy, so you end up spending many sleepless nights out there and just doing whatever. It does turn you into a bit of a nervous wreck, I gotta say. Inflammation obstructs bodily processes. Turns down... These are all increasing infectivity somehow. Swelling can obstruct breathing and be fatal. Random blackouts and fits reduce the pain. Ugh. That's kind of nasty. I'm not sure if I want to do that one. Let's not go down that route. Allergic reactions which can distract the immune system. Rich regions particularly vulnerable. Pathogen destroys motor neurons to cause paralysis, significantly harder to cure and can be lethal. Ooh. See, I know the name of the game is to kill people, but at the same time, I don't want to do a lot of these. These are just nasty. Rash to get necrosis? Guys. Alright, rash. Sweating. What do we got here? Fever. Skin lesions. Breakdown in the epidermis causes large open wounds which significantly increase infectivity. And necrosis. Large swaths of infected tissue lose blood supply and become fatal sources of gangrene. Decomposed bodies remain a vector of transmission. I need 34 points for that, but at this point... Now we're gonna slowly watch both numbers go up. New minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Bolivia found a new disease which has been named kindness. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. No shit! You think? First death in Egypt. First death from kindness has been confirmed in Egypt. Bad luck or the beginning of something terrible? Well, considering a couple thousand... Oh boy. Oh boy. France has become the first country to try to limit the spread of kindness by limiting access in and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. It's, yeah, about that. Germany is first to instruct doctors to begin research into a cure for kindness. Without greater funding, it is expected to take a long time. I don't think there's much you can do about it now, guys. As much as it pains me to say, I think I've got this one won. I don't feel good about beating this. Oh, it just developed necrosis all by itself. How about that? Long time. Yeah, they're already up to 11%, right? This ain't looking good for the rest of the world here. Research doctors all around the world are completely focused on developing a cure for kindness. I would imagine 41 people dead after only a couple of days. I'd be panicking a little bit too. Everybody's infected. Here's the question. There's a couple bonus points. Will people live long enough to figure out how to cure the damn thing? When you realize that you screwed up? Quick, to the abilities. Yes, I know about this. Genetic reshuffle. I can do that, it's 22 points, but harder to analyze in the lab. This would probably be good first, because then I can just reshuffle a little later, because we're only 9 points away from that. Shouldn't take too long to get that right. Right? Right? Game. 1 billion people. Despite access to the best drugs, President is ill with kindness. It is uncertain whether the President can remain in power. Oh boy. We're gonna have to sell something, aren't we? What do we get rid of? I mean, everybody in the world's already got the disease. We don't need to transmit anymore, right? Because how many do we need for this genetic reshuffle? We need 6, 8. So we need to get rid of 4 abilities. 4. What are the 4 that we need? Necrosis is the big one. If we devolve... we can get rid of rashes now, right? Get rid of sweating. We don't need insomnia anymore. And I don't think we need paranoia. All of these abilities by themselves should do it. So now we're gonna buy the genetic reshuffle. It's 23 now? God. Alright. Okay. Genetic reshuffle. Evolve. What? That's all it did? Is like 5%? Kindness placed on watch list. Kindness has been placed on the WHO watch list. Already dangerous. Governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. There's one country left, and it just closed its ports. Which one? Which country are we talking about here? There are no healthy people left in the world. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with kindness. Oh my god, you're right. There are some people that got away. Wait a second. No, it said everybody's got it. Normal life in UK is beginning to break down due to kindness. It works so well in so many different contexts. Cure research is starting to slow. Not slow fast enough, apparently. Cure for kindness is 95% complete and deployment will begin shortly. Well, I think I jumped the gun a little bit. Cure for kindness is finished and is being deployed worldwide. And there it goes. Well, damn. We took out as many people as we could. Still, a couple billion. Did better than the Black Plague. Sweating symptom without using DNA points. Oh, good. Extra mutation points. Awesome. Kindness to be eradicated. World has survived a devastating plague and will soon eradicate kindness forever. Although much of the world is dead, the survivors can rebuild and carry humanity forwards. There goes that game. Rest in anime. Game over, yeah! Alright, we can exit that. So now we unlock things, right? 27%. Oh, it's based on how well we do during the last round. Okay. Did we unlock anything here? Any of these whatsoever? Apparently you have to win if you want one. Yeah, let's go normal again. And as per suggestions in the chat, we're gonna name this one Anime. Traditional tactics are to infect the whole world first so you can toss your transmission methods. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Everything except for your ability to survive in certain climates, right? Because that way your virus just doesn't die out on its own, you know? Select a start location. I mean, this worked out pretty well for me last time. Getting Greenland first. Anime begins in Greenland. Breaking canon a little bit on this one, but sure, we'll go with that. Never mind. Whoops. Sorry about that, man. I mean, it is early enough in the run. I can just restart that. Okay, anime is gonna have another chance here. Where is Saudi Arabia? Now, good. I was close enough. I was about to say, now you understand how bad I am at geography. Should have started in Japan. I know, but you know what? We're playing this game to have fun. And we did kind of bring this name onto ourselves here. I know neither of these are great starting this is not the perfect starting location. Start in a really cold region or really hot one, so you have a natural advantage, but it just makes sense. Anime begins in Japan. Anime has infected its first human. Weak and unspecialized, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. And the journey begins anew. What is this Sailor Moon you speak of? Ah, Chichi desu. So what's the first big one we want to take? We need air transmission and water transmission, right? That way we can take advantage of airports and seaports. Abilities. Transmission. Air. Because people visit Japan, right? It's a popular tourist attraction. Planes go in, planes go out, and hopefully the virus goes with them. Only 3 people infected. Know a really good strategy to win on normal? Well, let me kind of figure things out on my own, too. Like, I appreciate it. It's just... part of the whole fun of this game is once... It's a thing in every strategy game. Once you understand what the dominant strategy is, you just keep doing that over and over, and it sucks a lot of the fun out of it. I appreciate hints here and there, but don't give me like a walkthrough of how to do this perfectly. That's all I ask. Typical things apply, like if I ask questions, then... Why is nobody getting infected over here, I wonder? Probably because we have no way of transmitting ourselves. Via air, but... Hang on a minute, does Japan have any special... Okay, it's a rich country, and it's an urban country. How do we increase our ability to infect in the air? Arid environments. Urban environments. Poor regions. Hot climates. Urban regions. There we go. The rats! The rats! Ah! We're doomed! A total rat attack! Rats up my sleeves, in my hands, in my shoes. You should go play Blazing Dragons if you never have before. It's a great game. I could quote that entire sequence, but I won't for the sake of, one, sparing you my terrible impressions of accents, and two, giving you a reason to go play the game yourself. I don't know how much copies of it cost, though. It shouldn't be that much. It's not exactly a cult classic. One of those hidden gems, if you will. Water transmission would be great. That way we can get on a boat. Okay, I know there are more people in Japan than this. I've seen people walking on the streets. This is why the 3DS is designed the way it is, because everybody's packed together in subways. It's 17 for that. That would probably be good, wouldn't it? I have no idea why I'm not spreading as... Uh-oh. Nope. Don't need cysts. Not yet. You take that back. Bad virus. You mutate when I tell you you can. Not before, not after. Well, okay, yes, do it after. This is why you don't work on verbal shorthands, everybody. Your mouth ends up outrunning your brain sometimes, and then you just end up biting your own tongue in response to everything. Okay, this is kind of bullshit. What's going on here? What do I need? Oh, wait a second. It's a rich country, right? So what that means is everybody would have a decent amount of medicine going around, yeah? This'll do the trick? Yeah, there we go. Now the number's steadily increasing. I should have thought about that. I should have realized that early on. It's like, oh yeah, they can actually afford proper health care. That's why nothing's happening. It's a slow start. But hey, at least we haven't been found out yet. They're not researching a cure for us already. I want to try out the different viruses now. Festival of Love in Japan. Fans praise the replacement for International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards. Okay, there's a specific transmission method that goes with that, right? Ability to spread through blood-to-blood contact. Increases infectivity, especially in poor regions, and mutation chance. Like swapping spit? It's that kind of thing? No, just blood. So that makes it an STD. Is what that does. Never mind, we're getting a couple hundred people every day. Getting stronger every day. Amateur brain surgeon amazed by demand. Ex-politician Mike Grove says that patients want amateur brain surgeons because they, quote, have had enough of experts. Separately, Grove declined to share his safety record. Sup, Riza? Did I miss something? Yes! You failed to see kindness kill the entire planet. But hey, now we're trying again with something even more infectious. Anime. So we're over here in Africa now, so I should probably start pumping points into arid regions, right? That's how that works? Spread a little faster? Arid in this case would be... yeah, both of them should be about the same, right? No! As a matter of fact, heat resistance always costs a little more than cold resistance does. I thought that was just because I started in Greenland last time. Okay. This is the difficult part of the game, just sitting here waiting to get points. It's about being patient. It's about... apparently we're doing all right down here in a hot and arid country. It's also kind of rich and urban, despite the fact that we don't have any heat resistance yet. What am I lying about? I mean it. Kindness did not kill the planet. It killed a whole bunch of people, but it didn't finish off the planet. You have to understand, I've got about a 30-second delay, so I won't be able to respond to everything exactly. And that's just the rule of Let's Plays. The instant something comes out of your head, it is just poof, gone, you forget it. Now what? Heat would be useful, considering where we've ended up. Cysts symptom mutated. Oh, thank goodness. Free points. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure how much I want to put into transmission is the thing. Like, you give it some basic key abilities and it'll be able to spread on its own just fine. And points slow down later on, like I said, so you'd want to put a whole lot of those into getting... you'd want to put as many of those as possible into symptoms, that way you can kill the world as quickly as possible. Things like necrosis, and so on and so forth, paralysis, keeping people from being able to react to it. Here we go. There's a lot of updates. Apparently that's why it costs so much to get arid upgrades, because then all of a sudden you just start getting bonuses everywhere. But hey, I'm an equal opportunity bacteria, so I need to be specific about that. Virus is just the shorthand most people have. They call it a bug of some kind. But there's a very specific difference in this game. They make it a point to show you that they're... you need to be careful with that. Those are two totally different things in this game. I think Japan is pretty much mine by this point. Yup, in fact, every single person in the country is now infected. We learned from last time. Not going to make the mistakes we did before. Basic resistances. Some good transmissions so we can go by plane and boat. Sell all of our symptoms as soon as they mutate. And that's the cool thing about taking fewer transmission methods too, is that you have less of a chance of mutating and accidentally killing enough people to make research start happening. You were on my Discord? Hey, don't apologize for that. The more people we have in that conversation, the better. That's where I usually announce things like straw polls for what future streams are going to be, that kind of thing. I should probably get back to my other social media platforms, though. The Whatthefnu Twitter's been dead for a while. I should start posting those kinds of things on there, too. See what people think. Because like I just said, the more voices there are in a conversation, the better. May as well live up to it. More infected. I'm gonna wait till the entire world is glowing red, though, before I start making any commitments here. Ah, that's a command I should add, is !Twitter. That'd be a good one. Be a really good one, because then I can just have Nightbot show you where that is. Is it worth the points to give it to birds? Where are the only places I haven't infected yet? Greenland is a cold country. Very cold country. Are we doing all right? Nobody in Greenland is infected yet. I wonder why. New rural livestock legislation. New rules for transport/hygiene of farm animals makes rural areas less vulnerable to disease. Interesting. So the longer we take, the world might just become too safe for us to do it in the first place. What was that noise? That kind of scared me for a second. I thought, A, my roommates were putting something in the microwave. 2, I accidentally killed somebody, and then that was the signal that we were entering phase 2 of this game. That's a lot of points, but I've got a surplus at the moment. Further increasing survivability in all climates. All the places I've yet to infect are all cold regions. I want to give it some increase effectiveness in wealthy countries. Let's get genetic hardening now. Lots of genetic hardening, I think, would be a good way to do this. And yeah, better shell. Because that's all around, right? Like, that'll help us infect everybody. No, get rid of that. We need to make anime as marketable as possible, okay? As unoffensive as possible. Once you get them in their pockets, then you can start introducing the ikitosins and whatnot. They're already hooked, they're already sold. They won't question what they're buying at that point. Will one of these boats please go to Greenland? Nobody there is infected yet, and I can't pull the trigger until they start showing symptoms. You know, the 0 symptoms that I've got so far. Go me. It's just the one port, and nobody's going there yet. How do I get my ass to Greenland? Why don't you guys have an airport? I get that it snows there, but seriously. Okay, if I want to infect somebody in Greenland, apparently I have to infect someone in Norway. That's where the boats are coming from. Wait. Oh, there we go. One person's got it, and that's all it takes for the start. Now the numbers are going to start ticking up, I think. Got 54 points, and a lot of them that we can refund too. They're just gonna keep coming in. Yeah. Look at that. Holy crap, it's like watching something catch fire. It's both fascinating and disturbing at the same time, you know? The countries I'm really worried about right now. Greenland is infected. There's no way they're escaping. Canada's got a ways to go, though. Penis must go back to Canada. And so must anime. I knew there was something wrong with those guys. How dare you have a problem with Sailor Moon? Yeah. No. Gonna get rid of that. Because rashes tell people we're there. We're not ready for that yet. I learned my lesson from last time. Infect everybody first. People in the North and South Poles get infected? It's a good question. Why don't you go ask them? Huge earthquake in Australia. Billions of dollars of damage caused in Australia. Who expects it will take years to repair the damage caused to thousands of businesses, homes, and research facilities? Damn, so that's now, oh! That happened on my watch. That just makes my job a little easier. Yeah, so you and I are the same way, Error. Like, I'm not a big fan of cold myself either, but at the same time, I have to live in Ohio because that's just where the rest of my team is. That's where these guys who help me do streams like this give me the resources I need to improve my layout and things like that. Put a roof over my head, help me pay rent, that kind of thing. Give me a bunch of creative ideas, that's the best part. I can run a whole bunch of things past them, and I have an audience that will give me immediate feedback. It's great being here. I'm around the guys who complete my creative journey, pretty much. Yes, I do. I've learned about internet anonymity, though, and I'm not going to tell you which city. And I also recently moved, so it's even harder to track. Alright. I think we're just about there, everybody. That little blue bar's only got a small way left to go. But I learned my lesson from last time. We're not gonna push this. It's about hitting the entire world fast and quick. We've already infiltrated pretty much everywhere on the planet. Blue bar's just about almost completely full. And then we've got a whole bar of points here. We start buying diseases, and then we immediately sell all of our methods of infection as well, so we have even more points to work with, and we just be as lethal as possible as soon as possible. No. Not yet. Not yet. Devolve that. We're gonna go down this path anywhere with the rashes. Because apparently necrosis is really good. Time to start the symptoms? I don't think so. We still got little places like Angola here who are giving me trouble somehow. Poor country. It's a hot country. When I see that little blue bar full, then it's time to start doing damage, I think. Oh, you actually live there? Nice. I'll see you at OhioCon in January, man. That's the one big convention I'm going to be going to. Quote-unquote big, but... You may or may not know me when you see me, because I've got a very interesting cosplay planned out for day one. I contemplated doing a contest where people went to OhioCon to try and find me, that kind of thing, and I'd give you... Uh-oh. Oh, figures, it's spam. Who isn't infected yet? Apparently nobody. That's the last healthy person, it looks like. And whoever's out there that it hasn't given me the notification is the thing, so let's do this. So, rash, sweating, skin lesions, necrosis, hemorrhagic shock. That doesn't sound nice at all, which can be fatal. Oh, we're out of DNA already? Immune suppression. Oh boy, that doesn't sound fun. Like Comic-Con or what? Kind of. Get rid of rats. Get rid of water. I am gonna keep air though. That last person needs to catch it somehow. We can get rid of cold resistance 2 now, I think. And I didn't take drug resistance 2. Resistance to class 3 and 4 antibiotics. Doesn't help me with anything at this point, right? Yeah, it's all about the symptoms right now. And right now, I'm gunning for immune suppression. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. Yeah, about that. Yes, exactly. New minor disease spreading. I think you caught on to this a little too late. First death from anime has been confirmed in Southeast Asia. As it should. Bad luck or the beginning of something terrible? We're gonna find out in a second, won't we? There are no healthy people left in the world. Our timing was perfect. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with anime. And I said, being an Jaeger. I just wish I could have that playing in the background right now, but I'm pretty sure that would nuke the VOD. So. Hey, Ringmaster, welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight, man? First country to try to limit the spread of anime by limiting access into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. It's too late. You are all already... You're too far gone now. Get rid of rash and sweating at this point. I just need 5 more points, is the thing. Last person has been infected in the world, so I can take that back. And I need 3. Just 3. Actually, scratch that. I only need 1. And then we have immunosuppression. Kazakhstan is the first to instruct doctors to begin a research into a cure for anime. Without greater funding, it's expected to take a long time. Give me 1 point. Give me 1 freaking point. Anime placed on watch list. Already dangerous. Governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. It already is. No one can stop anime. Oh, here it goes. Nope. I'll take that, thanks. Australia begins to break down. Cure research is starting to slow. Not slowing fast enough, apparently. Why won't you bastards die fast enough? Global research focused on cure. 5. Starting to get more points. I'm thinking... Oh no, I'm not letting that stand. Okay, so abilities. First genetic reshuffle. There's a second one? It'll set us back 30 points, but we could do it. And that was only 5. Come on, we can do this! Anime mutation patterns extraordinary. Scientists are struggling to understand the extraordinary mutation patterns of anime. Who researchers say that the setback will damage cure efforts? Something, something, UN. Arbok. I think we're gonna pull it off this time, guys. I don't think the world realizes what they've come up against. At 34%, and it's about to get worse. Multiple strains of the pathogen now exist, increasing the work needed to develop a cure. That's 35 points. Madagascar is the first to fall into anarchy due to anime. No cure research can take place. What is that supposed to represent, like crushing those bottles? Are we going out of our way as the person who released this disease to actively try and stop any cure efforts? Is that what's going on there? Are we an actual bioterrorist? I never meant for it to get this out of control. Italy's government has fallen. Somehow I don't feel as accomplished as I should about all this. I know I said that in the last run, but still, Turkey's government has fallen. Iran's government has fallen. Countdown. Oh my god, look at it! God, this is... The counter's not even going up anymore. The few people who are left are desperately trying to hammer it out, but there's nothing they can do. Thanks for the DNA points, guys. Like, seriously. It's not no more. 1% happened there. It's just there aren't enough people left. Too much anime waifus. Basically, this was just an allegory for business is what happened here. It's like they sneak in, they try to make you think they're your friend. And they do all... What you don't realize is all they want is your money. Incidentally, if you didn't notice the bit cup in the corner of my... Anime has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans know they are watching the end of history. I think after this you could try... You could try this custom scenario I made. I mean, I'll give it a shot. If you describe it in chat, I'll give it a swing. Can I take it back? Can I take all my symptoms back at the last minute and save these people? Maybe? You have to win, don't you? Now I'm just having PTSD of that ending from that Undertale genocide run I did. I legitimately feel bad about this. Victory. Anime has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. And I'm going to screen cap that and post it on Twitter when I'm done with this. Time, 1,235 days. Little under 4 years, if my math is correct. Huh. 3 out of 5 biohazard symbols. I wonder how that's broken down. I wish I could see the categories here on like why I was graded that way. New plague and gene discovered. Single player. ATP boost gene and virus plague type have been discovered and unlocked in single player. Sup, FNAF? Welcome to the chat, man. How are you doing tonight? So what's this custom scenario? Describe it to me. Sorry, Blue. This was the game I promised people tonight. And there are plenty of other things to try. I did promise I'd do his custom routine. So, describe this custom scenario to me. What are the specific rules about this? What are the custom settings I need to put in? Custom scenario. Oh, there we go. Custom scenarios. Steam Workshop error. Having some trouble connecting to Steam Workshops and so cannot load the scenario. Please check Steam status and or your connection. That's interesting. You can just find in the custom scenario thing. Well, why is it having trouble connecting to the Steam network? Let's relaunch the game, see if that fixes it. Give me a second, everybody. And open back up right now. Why no Steam working together today? I don't know. Also, random guy, that's awesome. Welcome to the chat, man. You've probably heard this a lot, but yes, that is in fact an awesome username. Unfortunately, I'm running this on a bit of a potato, so you'll have to give it a second to load everything back up again. My computer's due for an upgrade. It's been due for an upgrade a long time, but hey, that requires money. You know that thing about a starving artist? Yeah, it's true. You're not going to make money off of this whole internet thing for a long-ass time. Even if you devote your heart and soul to it every single day, sometimes you just have to be lucky. Research and continuing to build up, that'll get you somewhere. But don't go into it for the money. Just don't. You go into it because you love it. How do I get bits? You can either buy them from Twitch or you can watch an ad. It's that little diamond thing in the corner of the chat box. Well, slightly off diamond shape. Upside down at the very least. There it is. Can you infect the world? I did. Twice now. Both with kindness and anime. There we go. Maybe this time it'll work properly. Just skip the intro. We've seen all this already. We know who made it. Everybody who knows who made this game at this point. Is that true? For some people, the game is a lot more famous than the developers themselves, which I try to appreciate both if I can. Endemic. With a name like that, I don't know what else you could create. It's like an entire company devoted to just this one game, almost. I wonder if they've made anything else. I should look them up sometime. Who knows? Maybe they've got a gigantic catalog of really awesome stuff. Sort of like Berserk Studios, if you've ever heard of them. Great Flash developers. They've actually gotten some things on Steam I've seen in the past. Why is the game not loading here? You guys are seeing the game, right? It's kind of stuck on the Plague Inc. Evolved logo for me, and it's been there a unsettling amount of time. A suspiciously long time it's been sitting here. Let's tab out of that for a second. They would have... There we go. About time. Alright, single player. custom scenarios. And if it doesn't work this time, I'm sorry, we'll have to go back to single player. It's not giving me a warning. Alright. Cool. Now, all of them. Let's search for this. The scenario I'm looking for is apparently called Grammar Nazi. Mess everything up. If a small YouTuber wanted to become... I don't think this is the right one. How about just grammar? Social fever, plague of darkness, flower virus, programming. I play Pokemon Go. Grammar. Ah, I see. Grammar Nazis. Is this the right one I'm looking at right here? Made this for Previs Gaming. Alright. Alright, cool. I have to subscribe to you for it, but I guess I can play it. By the way, the instant I get any kind of inclination that this is going... I'm sorry, it's not that I can't trust you, it's that I can't trust anybody. If I start to get the feeling that this is something I'm not so... This is like a troll thing. Because I've seen that kind of thing happen on streams before. The guy's trying to be nice. It's like, hey, could you try my custom scenario? Oh, sure. And it's littered with all kinds of things you probably don't want to be associated with as an online personality. There we go. Grammar Nazism. Grammaring begins. First grammar Nazi is born in Germany. Help infect the entire world with really good grammar. I'm starting to get it now. That's why it's spelled that way. Alright, so what are we working with to begin with here? So, plague type is a Neurax worm. Simple genetic complexity. Starting location is Germany. Normal difficulty. Transmission. Grammar convention. Meet and discuss new grammar tactics. More mutation, like 500 chance. Like a 500 chance. Eggs, even to babies. Alright, you're good. You're good. I don't think you were trying... No, error, don't worry about it. If at first you do succeed, don't act so surprised. Symptoms. Neural breach. Abilities. Okay, so we still got... So cool, so hot. Do we actually start with that? Trojan planes. Drug resistance. So we can only learn to fly to begin. If we're starting in Germany, we're right here in the middle of Europe. We're gonna have to worry about going up into the colder regions and the hotter regions, so more than anything else, we'd probably want to start building up our climate resistance, wouldn't we? Neurax worm, undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat and given it the means to spread. Do we have any symptoms to begin with? No, we don't, as a matter of fact. So, we're saving up 8 and... doesn't actually cost that much to evolve this guy. Well, less than the bacteria did, anyway. Nice, I get to play with a whole different type of character, if you will. Neurax worm is kind of OP. Well, it's fun either way, right? You never know. Like, it's me we're talking about here. I could screw it up regardless. There's a symptom that makes it if you infect everyone, you win. Oh, really? So, what you're saying is, new aid program me for poor countries. Can you actually change that kind of thing, or is it just the elements of the virus itself and the different... I wonder if you redid the countries too. How far does the custom scenarios in this game go? Could you like rename locations and all that? I might want to screw around with this kind of thing. Sort of expand on the whole kill people with kindness idea. Granted, I'd have to play the game a little more. Actually build up ideas like where it would start, and give it some funny and different abilities, that kind of thing. Right, so let's help it spread a little bit. We need an infection method, I just realized that. Hey, come on, FNAF, be nice. Don't start fights in the chat. Read below, don't be that guy. "100 years later, Plague did this." Travel by air. Nazi fly more. Roamers. On the plane. To many planes. Should probably start building up drug resistance, because Europe is a... If I remember correctly, Europe is... Yeah, it's a fairly well-off country. So if we want to spread a little faster, we're going to have to start worrying about medicine and whatnot. Group of... Wait, what? What? Rititors. A group of Rititors demand site paywall. Is this supposed to be Redditors? Maybe. Community, quote, fully supportive. All right. So again, we're back to the slow part. We're just waiting for more bubbles to pop up. I'm very curious to see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Speaking of, has anybody here heard of a YouTube channel called... Well, it's not called... The channel itself isn't called Down the Rabbit Hole. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he makes a series called Down the Rabbit Hole, and it is quite wonderful. He goes into... Oh... It actually costs you points to devolve. Ah, I get it now. It's not like the other groups where... know how I said that this is the slow part? Well, unintentionally I just made it even slower. Activision CEO's child spends $6 billion on iPhone apps. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this kind of thing later. I'm gonna come up with some kind of scenario. And then, of course, being the whore that I am, I'll tell everybody about it. It's please, please go appreciate my work. It won't be awful, I swear. Pick up this game that's been out for, what, like a decade now. No, seriously, I can make it worth your while. It's not like you've got 100 other distractions these days. Hopefully that's not a killer. I mean, it's, quote, only 6 points. But still... Very nice music, I've got to say. I could just sit here and listen to it. It's got just enough of a melody, just enough of a structure to be interesting. It's very chill. It's very laid back. It's got this sense of slight urgency. I guess it does what it's supposed to do in the sense that it has that very sort of... If you were watching a show that was based around medicine and doctors and that kind of drama, this is the kind of music that would come to mind. Trojan roamers. Sure, let's take that. Entire cities on plains. That's 9 points and 11 points, so I only need 20 more. Considering how slowly we're actually taking over the world here. Recommend getting some transmissions. I thought that's what I was picking up. Oh. Well... In a weak attempt to move. Alright. I have no idea what either of those does. I don't understand the exact function of this. Maybe that's something I should focus on when I'm trying to write this. Like, I pride myself in the sense that I at least understand how games are supposed to work. If I could tie the joke into an explanation of, like, this is how this virus does what it does. Like, this is how it benefits you, but it's also funny. That kind of thing. Okay, now what do we got? 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. Meet and discuss new grammar tactics. Sure. I don't know what that does, but it's purple. It's pretty at the very least. Make grammar changes secretly. How about eggs? This spreads out in all kinds of different directions. Bugs, birds. 9 points. Birds are pretty useful, last I checked. But that's a lot of infectivity right there. By itself, so I'll take that. Mutate and develop the neural breach system without using DNA points. Uh-oh, here we go. I don't have the points to get away with it this time. The cerebral tendril symptom without using points. Oh no, personality change ring. What have you done? What have we unleashed on the world? Crap. Okay, that's really bad, because now I've got a whole bunch of symptoms. And I have barely spread anywhere at this point. Okay. Alright, let's go by air. Well, somewhat by air. Air and water, those are our next points. 11 and 12, so 23 altogether. Frontal mesh symptom. Did you program it to be like this? Anxiolytic infusion? That, I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't sound good. New worrying disease spreading. Diagnostic team in Baltic states has identified a new disease which has been named grammar Nazism. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. Mutating develops psychosis. This thing's just gonna keep getting worse by itself. People start to love grammar Nazis. Immaturity. Babis humans. It had to specify because we've also got worm babis over here. Oh, sorry, babis. Don't forget the extra s. It's very. Yep. I get it now. Ooh, where do we send it? Sure, I know where it's going. USA starts work on cure. Without greater funding, it's expected to take a long time. Adoration symptom mutated. So people start to love it. How long is it going to take to... I noticed the cure goes up a lot faster when it's a bacteria. How to get there. I want to get rid of these symptoms, but wait a second. Makes people go crazy. People want to spread grammar where they go. You did tell me about this. The idea that maybe you did warn me about this earlier. There's one symptom it can develop where if you would infect the entire world, then you just win automatically. You don't necessarily have to kill people. Rats get grammar Nazism. Bugs. Air become a grammar Nazi and whispers in people's ears about it. Water. Read some descriptions, you say. Okay, so what do we got here? Feel the need people begin to feel the need to correct people all the time, but rarely do. People begin to forget how they acted, so they are less suspicious of their grammar correcting. Grammar takes over you life! Even more taking overing. Babis, humans are Nazis now. Grammar makes people go crazy. Mass synthesis of neurotransmitter gamma aminobutyric acid significantly reduces anxiety in the host and minimizes severity of reactions. Grammar Nazi get better. People start to love them. People start to spread it around. I think we're going for devotion next. Just another parasite. Scientists tell public not to worry about grammar Nazism. Although unpleasant, it does not appear to cause any symptoms in humans and will be, quote, easily cured. Has mutated and developed the mania system without using DNA points. There's gotta be something up. Okay. Germany shuts down land borders. First country to try and limit the spread of it by limiting access in and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. I think I'm starting to understand what's going here. Even more obsessed. Begin to poopin' non-grammar Nazi in the face! No, this was a custom scenario created by Error in the chat. This is kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And if you could point me to more like this out there, I want to do a normal campaign after this just to kind of balance things out, but I am definitely enjoying this. Thank you for pointing this out to me. And just spread it wherever they go. I mean, why not, right? Forces people to always have perfect grammar or die. That's only 2 points. I may as well, right? Insanity! People punch people who mispeel word too hard to he die. I don't know where to go from here. These are all awesome. I don't know which to buy first. But the severity and infectivity of this is pretty damn high by itself right now. New obsession, earthworm collecting. Extreme obsession with collecting earthworms. Psychologists are baffled and can't explain. That's a new follower. And me without having Hotmail open so that I can see who that was. Ah, come on, guys. Work with me here. I will give you a shout out in just a second, don't worry. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep the game going. Where do I send this guy? Who is not infected yet? You look like you could... You're a nice little island nation. Wait a second. No, Madagascar. Screw off. You guys are going down. Poland begins to break down. Cure research is starting to slow. It never began. The world cure is still at 0%. Mutated and developed aggression symptom without using DNA points. And now... yeah, Ringmaster Plays 122. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. And I apologize in advance. Also, that was someone else. I think it'll hit me in a second, though, because I'm not seeing it. Whoever that was, thank you, too. Nope, there it is. I think. It says I have 12, but it's not giving it to me. God damn it, why'd they move to this focused inbox type of thing? I want to see in real time who you guys are. Well. First death from grammar Nazism has been confirmed in Ukraine. Bad luck, or the beginning of something terrible. No, 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 come back! Well, it seems this thing is just gonna develop all the symptoms at once without any help from me. 69. Now I understand why you said that. It's like, I don't have that much currency yet. Make one about people turning into cringy YouTubers. That's a little on the nose, don't you think? Check the world menu, bottom right. Let's see what we got here. It's been spotted. 97% of people are healthy. Research priority. Destroyed research labs. Active. Inactive research labs. Okay. Research priority medium. Yeah, because now people are actually starting to die. Cure. Estimated time of arrival 2129. 111 years and 24 days until completion. Global priority level 2 out of 6. 2 out of 6? Who's beating us? Again, I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about the strangers like me. Grammar correcting obsession symptom without using points. There it is. So I assume that's the one where if I infect the rest of the world, I just win immediately. Which is why I'm going to start pumping everything I can into infecting as many people as possible. And what's this then? The air takes a solid form and become a grammar teacher. There it goes. You guys are looking a little light. Maybe I can send a plane over in that direction. Poland in anarchy. But you can still make one? I mean, just because an idea has been done before doesn't mean you can't do it. Infected worship grammar Nazism. People infected with grammar Nazism are reporting visions of rapture and a glorious new overlord species. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. Oh dear. Holy crap, look at how fast it's spreading. Placed on a watch list. On the WHO watch list. Already dangerous. Governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. And there go the airports. There go the seaports. It's gonna stop spreading to the places I need it to be. Give it to birds. Make the air solid. Send it to Australia. Because they don't have any yet, I don't think. No, they don't. It's mutated and developed the insanity symptom. I wish you'd stop doing that, friendo. It's kind of being counterproductive here. You are working against your own best interests here, I assure you. Research doctors around the world are completely focused on developing a cure for grammar Nazism. And this is where we start to get screwed. Oh, but it's spreading. Canada started to send research teams to infected countries, hoping to speed up development of a cure for it. Pop blue bubbles to destroy their research. Remember how I said your mouth can outrun your brain sometimes if you're not careful? I haven't upgraded abilities in a while, I just realized that. Let's see, don't care about drugs. I never got these, did I? Trojan Planes 3. I mean, I don't know what these do, but hopefully they'll give me more planes to work with. Transmission. Let's give it bugs. Let's give it rats. Let's give it more eggs. You will something something other streamers. Oh, no, you don't, Canada. I see what you're doing up there. Have some autocorrect auto-shave, motherfuckers. $62. Are we actually gonna win this despite the fact that the world is desperately trying to close its borders here? Water begins copying entire textbook with itself. Even baby worms and highly I'm just gonna call that what it is. That's egg-ucated. Egg-ucated about grammar. Break that. Who hasn't gotten anything yet? Japan, I don't think, is infected. You guys, no, you've actually got infections happening. So the Philippines need people, though. I'll send a little gift care package your way. Friends, neighborhoods, relatives. I have great news for you. Gifts abound. I think that's every single thing I can buy for this little bugger. So it's just a matter of it doing what it does past this point. Good lord, look at this. I know I used that description before. It's like watching something catch fire, but seriously. That's Indonesia. The only place left is New Guinea. Wait, what's this? That's Iceland. And there's another spot there. New Zealand and Iceland. And Japan. Give me some more planes to work with. I don't need any more DNA points. I've got all the points I could ever want. Oh yeah, abilities. Drug resistance. Genetic hardening. More drug resistance, why not? You get to go. I mean, you're close enough. That would just make sense. That's one down. And watch it immediately explode into orange. Yup, that's what I thought. A couple million every single day. How are people dying? I thought the whole point of this was to just... I guess a violent takeover? Come on, no, I need those people. How can they serve the Overmind if they're all dying around me? You're the first person I've heard call who instead of the full name. Sorry, who are we talking about? Oh, don't do that. Why'd you have to play that sound effect? I don't feel very good about winning this game anymore. I never did to begin with, but still. And there it goes. GG, Earth. They got... Shh, don't worry about it, Arbok. Just smile and nod, friend. Wait, oh, there we go. I see you. I thought we had all the islands covered, but no, there's one more. And that's it, right? There's nobody left? We just won? Right? Fingers crossed. Nuclear explosion in USA. Huge nuclear explosion in USA has released a vast cloud of radioactive particles. Cause unknown, but location suggests failure/sabotage of nuclear power plant containment systems. Oh my god. Oh my god! There are no healthy people left in the world. Last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with grammar Nazism. Which means... we win. Right? Shouldn't the game be over now? Yeah, grammar Nazism enslaves humanity. Whole world worships grammar Nazism as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. I like to think of it as sort of a... I like to imagine anybody out there either seen my playthrough of Parasite Eve or played it themselves. It's that kind of thing. Technically, we're all still humans. Whether or not we're humans by our current definition, though, that's another story. 2 points. Nice. Did you enjoy this scenario? Absolutely. I laughed. I cried. It moved me, Bob. So, that's that. Kaboom. And now, because I didn't get a chance to talk about it earlier... Thanks for the follow, Error. I appreciate it. I actually have to move the counter now that I'm thinking about it, because I have to do that manually, no matter what I've done. No matter what I've done, I cannot get this thing to do it automatically. I've even tried that whole, like, downloading a custom... Wait, why is it not... Confound you. There we go. 257. So we're getting there. 43 more. I'm sure I can achieve that sometime this decade. Tell you what. Let's play a few more main games, and then we'll try to create our own custom scenario. I think that'd be nice and fun. You call WHO the World Health Organization WHO. Well, every time I've heard it spoken, whoever was speaking always said World Health Organization. See, I didn't even know the real name. I go by what the... It's a nice acronym. They've got a great marketing team behind them. Whoever came up with that is a great salesperson. It makes a relatively mundane but vastly important job sound sexy, if you will. Alright, so let me actually read up a little bit on the virus before we do this. A rapidly mutating pathogen, which is extremely hard to control. But if we want to unlock everything else below it, we're going to have to get that first. So, wait a second. What are these other ones? Fungus. Win the game with virus plague on normal or higher. Win the game with fungus plague. Yeah, it's each one after another. Manipulative organism that burrows into the brain. Fungal spores struggle to travel long distances without special effort. Parasitic lifestyle prevents DNA alteration from everyday infection. Slow, subtle, and extremely complex pathogen hidden inside the brain. Unclassified. Early analysis suggests extreme regenerative capabilities. This is the zombie virus, isn't it? Yeah, win the game with the prion plague. A normal or higher to unlock. Nanovirus. And finally, the big one, the thing we technically have been using this whole time, the bioweapon. Exceptionally lethal pathogen that kills everything it touches. Win the game with the nanovirus plague on normal or higher. So yeah, you just keep going down. Win it with the previous one, you'll get the next. I am enjoying myself. Thank you for giving this to me, Ryza. I said at the beginning, but I'll say it again now that you're actually here. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody give a round of applause to Ryza in the chat for gifting this to me and making this stream possible. He's a cool dude. You should be his friend if you get the chance. What is this? Get bonus DNA at the beginning. Sure. I'll take that. And you're not giving me anything else, so I guess that's the only boost I'm getting. Normal difficulty, and what do we call it? Our virus. A virus. What's a good name for a virus? Should I call it the Pax Pox? Go back to that joke from earlier. We were talking about conventions earlier on in the stream. Fidget spinner. I mean, should I? Shadow Plague and Simian Flu are vampires, and yes, I knew about the Planet of the Apes thing. I remember that promotion. I remember the banners on the front of Steam when that was happening. And thanks, Paul. Thanks, man. Alright, that's the only suggestion I'm seeing, so... Against my better judgment, the world is about to fall victim to the fidget spinner virus. I've never even used one of these things. I haven't seen... I don't even know what they are. I've just seen a million videos talking about them. I have no idea what I'm dealing with right now. Select a starting location. Well, going back to the earlier suggestion that Saudi Arabia was a good place to start because of its airport, we're going to do that. And then immediately, I'm going to go into transmission and I'm going to start worrying about air. Fidget spinner begins in Saudi Arabia. It's infected its first human. Weak, but used to hot temperatures, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. And it's going to infect more people by getting some air power. How else do you spread around in an arid region? In hot climates and chance of mutation. Insects would probably be good. Investment. No symptoms yet, that's good. Alright, I know this. Every single, quote, class in this game, every character type, quote unquote, it has a different trait. For bacteria, it's the extra climate resistance. For this, it's DNA becomes more unstable, increasing random mutations. I don't know why you would want that. That actually sounds like a terrible idea. Or maybe it's like you buy it early because then you can just refund them all later on? Hold on a second. I could devolve the... No, it actually costs me 3 DNA points to devolve that. So unlike bacteria, I have to pay to get rid of traits. I think only bacteria can do that then. They get DNA back for taking a trait away. Randomly mutates rapidly and can be hard to control. Costs DNA points to devolve. Okay, so specifically they say that about this kind of pathogen. Yeah, that's the catch-all term I'm looking for, is pathogen. Viral instability is a late-game upgrade, so you don't have to spend money... Oh, come on, man, don't be too hard on me. This is like my 3rd time actually playing the game. I understand the basic concept. I haven't got the meta figured out yet. Come on. Come on! Come on. Let the Wookiee win. Public forgives banks and goes back to shopping. Isn't that just the way? Oh, how quick we are to forget. Okay, so we're in an arid region. Maybe a little bit of heat resistance would be good? No, we need to spread. Yeah, okay, heat resistance. And then we'll get some cold just for the hell of it. We want at least 1 grade in the 2 basic transmissions, right? Like air and water. That way we can be on boats and we can be in the air. Planes will take us to boats. Boats will take us to all of the islands. Once the islands are infected, then we're in business. This game is multiplayer. Cooperate on one virus or see whose virus is better. Interesting. Ooh, that's cool. I wonder if these guys would be... No. That would only work from computer to computer, because you'd have to... Someone else would have to have their own screen with their own, like, status and everything. Fidget spinner is mutated and developed the coughing symptom without using DNA points. Crap. I wanted to avoid that as long as possible. What's gonna help it right now? We're in Saudi Arabia. We need to start moving. We need to start infecting people, like transmitting in the air. 15 would be good, because we're still in the more arid regions of the world. It's gonna be a long-ass time before we start getting up to, like, Russia and Norway, and I love how I had to actually click on it to tell what it was. Again, what do I look like, a geography teacher? Organized promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. This keeps coming up. I wonder if there's a specific reason for this event, if it's ever explained. If you can trigger certain events that shed a little more light on that event. In the air, And now I need to go down the other way if I want to be able to get through filters, so that's 11 plus how much is the second one? Pay to remove that FNU. You do not want symptoms for as long... Yeah, I know. I know, but it's still 3 DNA points. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. You want to avoid detection as long as possible because that's how you infect everybody first. You give yourself the best chance by getting everybody the disease, and then you start killing them. It's just, this causes all kinds of problems with that. It's all about hoarding a whole bunch of DNA points near the end so you can get so lethal so fast that nobody can stop you. You end up destroying the important countries before they can combat you. Nausea. That's 4 points! Drawman should draw your winning viruses. Oh, the dude is... He's already got his hands full, trust me on that. But again, he might be moving here soon, so I might be able to rib him a little bit for that kind of thing. God, I'm not happy that I did that, but at least I can get water transmission now. 18 more points, unless another mutation shows up. Yeah, everybody's catching it now. Catch the fever. Whoa, okay. Nice. Apparently these were the right upgrades to make. You were right. This airport does go everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Soon to be everywhere, man. And right, 18 points. Sorry, again, haven't played this that much. Now we're finally up in Russia, which means before I move on to... I need to develop at least a little bit of cold resistance. Virus spreads fast. Good, that'll get us to the end game a lot quicker. That's my big concern, is making sure we... Because that's the moment. That's the point where you just... The game shifts. That's phase 2, if you will. I like this, though. It adds a level of tension to the game that I just don't know when I'm gonna have to spend a lot of my precious DNA points to get rid of something like the coughing symptom. This gets more expensive every time. It was 2, then it was 3, then 4, and now it's 5. This is just gonna get harder as I go. The more I try to fight it, the worse it's gonna get. So it's about, like, how much do you want to push it, friend? How many points are you willing to sacrifice? Because at this point it would have been 5, 9, 14, and if I do this, it's 19. 19 DNA points. Do you know what you can buy with that? A whole hell of a lot with any pathogen but the virus. Huh. At least I'm getting a whole bunch of bonuses here because it's just, like I said, spreading everywhere. I like The Sandlot. That's a good-ass movie. You guys ever seen that? This term gets thrown around a lot, but it is a classic. It's a real American classic. Everybody should see that movie at least once so they have an opinion on it. I kind of want a little more cold resistance. It's only 14 points. I won't be leaving myself too open. I'll have 6 lying around in case it decides to develop coughing again. Okay. Evolve. Yeah, because that'll get us up into Norway and Greenland. And then we're good. We have all the traits needed to spread everywhere else. We don't need to put any more points into that. Now it's just a matter of getting ourselves ready for when the world starts to research us. There's Canada, there's Mexico. There's Colombia. Build up some drug resistance. Help us spread in the wealthier parts of the world. Can we buy a second one already? Genetic hardening. No, nobody's researching me yet. Let's save up the 29 for more drug resistance. Or I guess in this case 35, because like I said, you need that backup. Nice. I'm gonna actually see you there, Twitch bar. Rash symptom mutated. Let me read up on this before I decide on whether or not I want to get rid of it yet. Skin becomes blistered and painful, slightly increasing infectivity. This is the last one I can get rid of. I swear, this is it. That's the last one. I can't do any more past that. It just won't make sense. I've just got to deal with what I've got at I say that, but Greenland's still up here with 0 infected people. Come on, Norway. Catch on to the trend already. Everyone else is having fun with fidget spinners. Why aren't you? When it's spread via livestock or more water? I don't know how useful those are. Like, air and water just seem to be the best ones, and one water usually does it for me. Because after a while, I just see plenty of ships carrying it around everywhere. But you're right, maybe it's not enough. I see people in Iceland who've got it. Wait a minute. Cysts symptom mutated. We're not in Greenland yet. Stop it. That's 7. I'm cutting it off at 8. I swear, I am cutting it off at 8. Past that, we're done. I'm gonna take my chances past that point, because look how quickly we're getting from place to place at this point. I need to start working on things like genetic hardening and whatnot. It's a risk. I know it's a risk. But at the same time, Canada's got it, USA's got it. Oh, we've got all that drug resistance. We're on pretty much all of the islands at this point. Yeah, they're infected, they're infected. Japan's infected, Madagascar is really infected. That's insomnia. Or mosquito. That's the thing, we're doing all right now, and like I said, I want to save all of those for symptoms later on. Either that or start doing the viral instability thing I was told about. Just activate that in the end game. Give me that big red bubble up here. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Do you remember those commercials? The obey your thirst things that, was it Sprite did? Oh, what a tease. What a freaking tease. The one ship that goes there ever and it wasn't infected. You're right, I should have increased transmission via water. It's probably too late now. Especially in humid and arid climates and plain/shrimp transmission. The new technology in terms of viruses. That's 20 DNA points, and I think at this point in the game it's not worth it. I might be shooting my... One more. One more. I can push it a little farther. I'm sure. Most of the times I start in Greenland, well, I was told to start in Saudi Arabia because its airport goes everywhere, and They were right. They were completely, totally correct. It did exactly that. Oh god, now every vehicle is. There it goes. Oh, no. It teased me. That was Iceland. They've already got the problems. All of the problems. Greenland doesn't have anything. Okay, start sharing, okay? Come on. Everybody can enjoy fidget spinners. There it goes. There it goes. Hi, buddy. All right. Transmission's done. Oh, wait. Devolving costs us points, right? Yeah, we don't actually get anything for that, so there's no point. Okay. Symptoms. Pneumonia. What's going to increase our lethality here? I had pretty good luck going down this path last time. Let's get a few more points first. I probably shouldn't have started oh no, new minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Korea found a disease which has been named fidget spinner. Do it, just do it. Buy the mutation abilities first, not symptoms. Oh yeah, you're right. Evolve that. Evolve that. So this is the late game ability. Hopefully this works. Because technically this would be cheaper than just buying the abilities outright. Nausea. That's 13. Evolve it again. And now I pray I have enough points left in my pockets in order to get genetic hardening. Fidget spinner placed on watch list. Fidget spinner has been placed on the World Health Organization watch list. See, I said it correctly this time. Or incorrectly. You never know. Cysts is a new symptom. More points, I appreciate that. Peru starts work on a cure. No! Sneezing. Clowns? Get that out of there. Nope, stop. I'm just clicking insomnia. I can't kill this thing. New Zealand shuts down airports. A little late for that, don't you think? Nobody's even died yet, and they're 7% of the way there. Paranoia symptom. This was too slow. This was way too slow. Get out of there. Get out of there, I said. Paranoia in Saudi Arabia. More likely to take extreme actions, but there's no way you can. Everyone's already infected. Immune suppression symptom, okay. Immune system suppression. First death in India. Oh, goody. That's a couple thousand at least. What are they at? 22%? Vomiting. Yeah, I only get points for killing people now, so this is a race against the clock. Oh, damn dog outside. I hope you guys can't hear that. Then again, last few times I've asked that, you have, so... Pulmonary... Oh. Hold on a second. What is this? Pulmonary oedema. Potentially fatal heart abnormality causes breakdown of respiratory system, releasing pathogen into the air. Oh, that'd be great if everybody wasn't already infected with it. They are a third of the way to the cure, by the way. Millions of people are dying every day. How am I not getting more DNA points? Completely focused on developing a cure for fidget spinner. Pneumonia. Oh, mutate faster, you bastard. Come on. No healthy people left. Give me just 1 point. I need 6 points. Shit. They're halfway there. And there's still billions of people left. Hypersensitivity. I didn't get the right symptoms in time. I've spent too many points trying to hide it for too long, I think. Because when it's still a small virus, nobody's really going to focus on developing a cure. Anemia. Every symptom except the lethal ones. I can't believe this shit. Like, right there in the center. Total organ failure. You are so close. You've chosen every direction except the one that will actually help me win the game here. I'm not sure if I like the virus. Because this seems kind of random. It could be great, but it could also be really, really dumb. Hemophilia. I don't even have enough points for the genetic reshuffle. It's 25. It could have slowed them down by at least a few percentage points, but I'm not getting points fast enough. There's no way I could keep up. They beat me. The human race took it down. Diarrhea. I'll give you the worst stomach problems you've ever had. You may cure me, but you will remember I was here. By God. Oops, symptom combo. Sneezing and diarrhea are causing unwanted accidents, lowering productivity, and drawing attention to fidget spinner. I got an achievement for that. Unbelievable. Just out of spite, I'm gonna make you sweat it out during the last few moments. It's gonna hurt like hell. God. That was a catastrophic failure right there. Rio Olympics back on! The Olympics will begin soon despite fidget spinner. Will people bring the disease to Brazil? It was already there. Fidget spinner to be eradicated. World has survived a devastating plague and will soon eradicate fidget spinner forever. Large numbers of people have died and the world has changed forever. At least we were a footnote in history, at least. Seizures! At the last possible minute. That was more the virus shaking in its boots than anything else. 1 point. 52? I had thousands before. Go screw yourself. See you later, Ryza. Thanks for coming, man. Alright. So. Scenario creator. Here we go. Create and publish your own custom scenarios. Please note, we'll open in a new window and some antivirus scanners may get upset. If this happens, please... Okay. So this will open in a brand new window. I wonder how that's going to screw with my stream here. Perhaps I can fix this? Scenario creator. Ooh, that's loud. Okay. Let's turn that down, shall we? Open the volume mixer again so that... Okay. Back off for a second. There you go. Turn that down to 1 pip on the bar. Open up OBS. Hey, buddy. You mind showing the good people the thing I'm actually doing right now? Which would be the scenario creator instead of the game itself. There we go! You can see! See absolutely clearly now the game is gone. Alright, so let's make a new scenario. Which parts of the scenario you want to edit? You can always change your lab settings by pressing the lab control button on the sidebar. Let's edit basic scenario info such as the title icon. Yeah. Let's make a new scenario. Okay, what are we gonna call this? We need a premise. We need a premise for this disease. We need it to have... This is all gotta be based on one joke. It's gotta be based on something that you can commit to. I still like my idea of killing the world with kindness. I'm not sure how... I haven't played with all of the different settings, though. All of the different characters, if you will. So I don't know which one would fit best for which idea. There's a scenario where you have to cure the disease. It's the anti-plague. Huh. An error virus? That's a good one. That old Windows notification. Windows found a bug. It's a fucking butterfly. Scenario name. Kindness Plague is already a thing. I played that back on the app. Damn, somebody beat me to that. Okay, let's get smart about this then. What's an idea for a scenario where people... We can use this... The joke has got to be based in reality. Think of things that people... that have a way of just... catchy songs? I guess is the first thing that came to my mind. That's the analogy I want to use, is things that spread from person to person. We can make a viral videos plague. Because I tell you what, I see something really hilarious. The first thing I want to do is share the joy with everybody I know. I'm pretty sure somebody's done a Las Plagas at this point. Twitch plague. Everybody's getting infected with Twitch raids. Earworms. I don't know. Should we make an earworms scenario? That's the best one I've got so far. And we could, and I already kind of understand how the brain parasites work. We could do that kind of thing. That actually kind of makes sense. I want to do that. No, not eat. Earworms. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't do me dirty like that. Really? The world's gonna get infected with memes. You wanted this. Yeah, I'm going old school here, whether you want it or not. No, I'm not going to put either of my emails in there. Not live, anyway. Scenario icon. Which one of these is the... Which one of these do I hate the most? Here, we can't see their faces. That works. Lock disease type that the player can use to play the scenario. Actually, it's more interesting that way, right? You can customize it a little better. Put this... Oh my god. You know what? That's a better one. Donkey. Donkey. Just nothing else. That's your description. Because why not? You gotta commit to the bit. You're gonna go all the way. So what virus are we gonna use here? What pathogen? Are we just all zombies? Just mindlessly tapping away at the keyboard? Memes. Yeah. Or a nanovirus. It's technology-based. It's the same kind of thing, I think. You know, I've never used this kind of virus before. We could play. No, you know what? That's how it goes in popular media. Zombies are an analog for all kinds of different things. And I want this to... I hold on to some bastion of hope. I got paid? Oh, thank you, Quez. I appreciate that, man. Do the worm. I mean... I can, but not well. The plague name. Oh, so there's a difference between the scenario name and the plague name. Memes. And again, you asked for this. Yes, the plague name is memes. There's a game on Steam that is free. Oh yeah, Outland is free until Monday, isn't it? Great game, by the way. I played that way back on the 360. First in-game pop-up title. Title of the first pop-up message that appears when player starts the game. I wish I could test... I wish they had a visual, like, in what range that this, Title of the second pop-up. See you later, Ryza. Thanks for coming, man. Oh, Outland's great. It's sort of like... It's if... Think if Ikaruga was a platformer. Was a Metroidvania, for that matter. First in-game pop-up title. No, we've already done a Shrek joke. I can't do two. I was just gonna put in the top one, hey now, and the description, you're an all-star. But... all your base is over... Oh! I know what to do. What? I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. God damn it, Aqua. Caps lock. He's gonna kill me. No, an exclamation point is too... I think it's too much for the delivery that actor gives for that game. Is that starting country? I mean, where else do memes start but in 4chan? And 4chan is based in... Usually it says United States. USA, there we go. Infected percentage. Oh, we are quite laid in here. I'm gonna give it just a chance though. 50% of us are already infected with memes, and a good 1% of us have already died to them. Zombie percentage. Oh, there are plenty of them already. There are many people are infected with memes. I'm not sure how many realize how infected they really are, though. Some survived. Some survived. And they have now become something horribly different. Okay, customize victory condition. Enable disease lab to use this option. Note, Necroa does not have custom end conditions. Enable disease lab. Where is that? Disease lab, disease lab, disease lab. Where is it? Where's that option? Scenario score adjustment. Event restriction. It may not be relevant to certain scenarios. Recommended if using the disease lab. Lock difficulty. Nah, people can tackle the internet however they like. I can't guarantee how well it's going to go for you, but yeah, you can customize it however you like. Allow cheats. No, you're going to do it right. Custom start date. This is going to require a little bit of internet research. I should know this already. What was the first meme? 7 memes that went viral before... Ah, the dancing baby. Yes, I forgot about that one. Actually, I wouldn't even say that was the first meme. Does anyone remember, "Hello, my future girlfriend"? Never mind the sounds you're about to hear. I may or may not be watching behind the meme to figure out when this thing first started. Please tell me he's going to give me a definitive date here on when this happened. Dancing baby meme. Hopefully knowyourmeme.com doesn't crash my entire damn computer. Hey, Swirl! Welcome to the chat, man. How are you doing tonight? God, this site is screwed. Alright, unfortunately it doesn't seem like I can give this a custom date because nobody's agreeing with me. Absolutely nothing. So, custom start date, off. Lab control. Allows you to create a custom plague to use in your scenario. Modify its basic stats as well as its transmission, symptoms, and abilities. Okay, World Lab. Allows you to modify country attributes such as population, climate, healthcare budgets, and border statuses. Don't know if I'm going to need that much control. Government Actions Lab. Events Lab. God, there's so much to this. I feel like there's not enough time. This goes... Let me turn them all on just so I can see how deep this actually goes. Option to create an alternative win condition. Game win trait. Abscesses, air, anemia. Oh, this is... Extreme zoonosis? What the hell is that? We just turn all the animals on Earth into the same creature or something? They thought of everything. Every single ability you've got, if you manage to take this, you could just win. Different images for the different conditions? I feel like one of these is appropriate, because at that point, we're sort of devolving backwards. It's like going up, we sit down at the computer, and then we slowly turn back into monkeys again. It's currently a bacteria, so I have to change it. What, is it? Hold on, where is this again? Number of zombies. Disease lab. Ah, okay. So that happened the instant I turned on the actual disease lab here. Bacteria. Change the template. Back to the worm. I know, God, this is... Different types of transmission, symptoms, abilities, country data, air routes, sea routes, the actions it can take, all the events you can put up here. I feel like this is... I don't want to quit on you guys. let me turn off a lot of these. Like, let's keep it nice and simple for now, okay? Like, this is... I would want to spend hours and... This is something I'd want to put an entire day off to the side to create and make, like, a YouTube video or something. Like, this would be another stream altogether, is me walking you through the custom scenario I spent my entire weekend creating. Because this is the kind of thing that's making me really giddy, but at the same time, it would be boring as fuck to watch. I acknowledge that right now. The show must go on, so... Yeah, that'd be a question. If I streamed this again... What day of the week is it right now? Mondays and Tuesdays are my free days in terms of content. If I gave myself a week to come up with a custom scenario, would everybody want to meet back, say, next Monday, and we'd go through it all? I'd be down for that. I would do that. I would create something really creative and custom and interesting as I can possibly make it, and we could come back and do that, and maybe unlock some more of the single-player stuff as well, so that we can see everything this game has to offer. This is definitely something I'd want to play again. But as for right now, I am sweating so profusely you can probably see me glisten. And this stream has been going on for a while, but thank you all for turning out to this. Again, big thanks to Ryza for giving me this game, and please join me again tomorrow night when... What was I going to stream again? Shows you how good my memory is. Huh. Next stream will be... Yeah! I forgot! Ziggurat! Tune in to see some Ziggurat, everybody. The PS4 version, of course, because... Like I said, my computer can only run the most basic kinds of games. So thank you all for coming out tonight, and please join me for that. Until then, I'm Whatthefnu. Later, everybody.